Hello and welcome to the Anime Madness Wormhole. I am your host, Hen Diddy. Once I can get the camera up. There we go. I'm your host, Hen Diddy, and I'm joined here today with Taco, the head of the Jaegerist.
Howdy, howdy.
And this week we are doing part 2 of our summer seasonal preview. We're gonna re-look at one that we went over last week, since Taco wasn't here last week, and it's one he's actually watching. And then we're gonna go into the ones that we couldn't cover last week before the technical difficulties went into play, which hopefully we have none today. We have a bad storm hitting us right now, so wish us luck. Without further ado, you ready to get into this? Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. First on the docket is the one that me and Tony went over a little bit last week, and that is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Now you're still in the hidden inventory.
4.
Yeah. So there's one more hidden inventory episode. Then I'm pretty sure this was a planned break that we're having till the 31st, and then Shibuya is starting.
Yeah, because I keep seeing the Shibuya countdown thing.
So
like X amount of days.
Were you expecting this to happen? Because I know a big thing with hidden inventory and Shibuya is anime only people are not ready, and I proved that right with a couple people I know where they were not expecting and not ready for the events that happened in hidden inventory.
We're talking about when she got shot?
When she got capped?
Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, I was just sitting there, I was just watching. I was like, bang. I was like, no.
How did that make you feel about Toji? Because I know Toji was a character you were actually excited to see.
That bully is a savage. Or should I say, was a savage.
Wait for Shibuya. Wait for Shibuya. Like I said.
Oh, he comes back.
Y'all ain't ready for Shibuya. Y'all are not ready for Shibuya.
Thanks for slight spoiler on that.
Another thing y'all ain't ready for is the Culling game. I wasn't ready for that, and I read the manga.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this dude's a savage.
But I got this.
Like,
from Tony last week. I asked him what he thinks are the top 3 for anime of the year or anime of the season. He said Bleach, Mushoku Tensei, and Jujutsu Kaisen. What do you think are the top 3 for this season? Or are gonna be the top 3? Because once the season's over and we do our summer review, we'll know what the top 3 of the season were.
Okay, how I want to see it from my perspective. For me, it would be JJK at 1, most likely Bleach at 2. Whenever I get to watch it, whenever I sit down to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I don't kind of know what else is out right now.
We have Bungo 5th Season, Mushoku Tensei, My Happy Marriage, Zom 100, Horimiya, Undead Murder Girl Farce.
I'm waiting to watch Zom 100. I just haven't yet.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, you know what? I'll probably give it to Kenshin. That's just a little bit of bias for me. That's a little bit of bias for me, though.
Yeah, those are the big name ones that are high right now. The 3 I think in no particular order: Bleach, JJK, and My Happy Marriage.
That's fair. I heard. No, wait, no. I'm thinking of a different one. I don't think that's going on right now.
Right now, the current one in first place in the weekly rankings right now.
It's probably Bleach.
It's actually not. So it doesn't go off of the MAL ratings.
Oh, wow.
And on MAL, the number 1 is Bleach.
That
for this
it
season.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
For the number 1 streamed right now is My Happy Marriage.
Interesting.
And it is really good. Like, it's insanely good. I know you won't like it because you tend not to be a romance fan.
No, I am not.
But it is also a fantasy. It deals with like spirit seers and stuff like that. With that said, you think it's like Bleach, JJK, and Rurouni Kenshin are going to be at the top at the end of the season.
I think maybe. I mean, the only one I could see not being top 3 might be Kenshin, just because it's a remake.
Kenshin
I would
is.
say. I
And
would
we
say
have an unexpected guest with Kush popping in.
Hi.
What?
I just had
Hi?
join. I just had to join in for a minute, interrupt the broadcast, and tell everybody to have a good day.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something
Thanks.
else.
Oh no. Yeah. Just all the viewers, you guys, everybody, have a good day.
Kush, before you leave,
Thanks, man.
I want to
Yeah.
get your input on something.
Cool.
What
yeah.
do you think the top 3 anime of this season are going to be? Tony said JJK, Bleach, and Mushoku Tensei, no particular order.
I would say One Piece, Bleach.
Not continuing.
Okay.
So One Piece doesn't get included because we're not counting continuing. It's just the only airing during this season.
Oh. I'd probably agree with him then, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. Taco said JJK,
Or-
Bleach, and Kenshin.
Maybe My Hero. Is that coming back up?
My Hero is not
What all
this
is
season.
what all is coming out this season?
We have Bleach,
Particularly, I'm-
JJK, Bungo, 5th season, Mushoku Tensei, My Happy Marriage, Zom 100, Horimiya, Undead Myrtle Girl, Rurouni Kenshin, The Duke of Death, Dark Gathering, Helk, The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, Reign of the Seven Spellblades, Devil's a Part-Timer, just to name some of the big hitting ones.
The Sea Devil is a part-timer. I've heard of that so many
Now,
times.
there is one.
I've not seen it. Is it good?
It's more of like a slice of life reverse isekai.
Oh.
Yeah. There is one that comes out in September. It is part of the summer season because it's only 4 episodes, and that is the Naruto project.
Okay. So technically I could say Naruto then.
Technically, you could.
Okay, then I'm definitely going to. So Bleach, Naruto, and JJK would be what I'm guessing.
My top 3 in no particular order is Bleach, JJK,
Yeah.
and My Happy Marriage.
Mine isn't in any real order either. I just
Yeah.
On that note, are we good on that list? You understood everything, even though I horribly misspelled some of it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, cool.
I went
cool.
back into our chat because I need to
Okay.
put the honorable mentions in the bracket.
Okay, cool. I was making sure you got those and all that. Cool. That was mainly why I joined, and to tell everybody, have a good day.
Hey, we might be on Cold War later if you want to join us.
Hey, I mean, you could just shoot me a message then.
All right.
Alrighty, guys. Well, peace out. I will catch you all tomorrow date.
All right. Talk to you later, Kush. Remember,
Alrighty.
stay humble, get rumbled.
Yeah, stay humble, get rumbled, buy some Rogue even. Sheesh. Subscribe,
Check out Kush's Twitch in the description and his
Oh,
Twitter,
yeah.
and his
Thank
Twitter.
you.
Actually, I don't think I have your Twitter yet.
It's KK8524.
Same as your Twitch.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes, sir.
follow his Twitter as well. It'll all be linked in the description on the YouTube video.
Wait, Twitter? No, I don't have Twitter.
You don't have Twitter? Okay, disregard the Twitter.
I'm a moron. It's Twitter.
But go follow his Twitch. It'll be in the description of the YouTube video.
Which yeah, that'll be it. So.
That was unexpected.
That was
I thought
very
it was,
unexpected.
I thought it was someone else.
Well, moving in there. So you said you wanted to start Zom, so we'll cover that briefly as well, even though we covered that last week. I've read the manga for Zom.
It's good.
It is very good. I've read through chapter 38 because they don't have 39 through 40 something on Viz yet. The manga is really good. I think Bug Films went a little too colorful
With the animation.
Yeah.
Or just the art style.
Not the art style. It's just the color that they decided to use in the animation for the blood and all of this other stuff is eccentric color palette.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing.
I mean, it's not bad because it is a horror comedy.
Yeah,
it's meant to be funny, but I think it takes too much away from the horror. They also censored a couple
You cut out.
moments. Oh,
You
the
completely cut out.
the colors take away from the horror aspect a little too much, is what I was saying.
Okay.
And they do censor a couple parts in what's out so far. That's like,
That makes sense.
why did you need to censor that? Because it is a seinen.
Okay.
So it's like, why did you need to censor that? But
Right.
I'm not an animator. I'm just a guy that reviews animation stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's still hilarious. It's probably, if Horimiya wasn't airing this season, it would be the funniest one of the season, hands down.
So I heard it's funny.
It's also done by the same person who did a super serious one that had no comedy at all. I just finished volume 1 of it today, and that's
You cut out again.
What is going on?
I think it's because of the storm.
It could be either one of our ends.
Yeah, it's like you're talking, and then it's dead quiet, and then I'll catch you like mid-sentence.
Could be your phone too.
No. Because I'm not losing losing audio or anything. It's just like you're talking, gone, and then
That's weird.
yeah.
It could be I'm talking too loud and my mic is
yeah, it could be.
clipping.
It could be.
I'll try to lower it a little bit. But the same person who did Zom 100 is also the same person who wrote Alice in Borderland.
Oh, so you said Borderland? I thought of the game.
Yeah, it's Alice in Borderland. It's very much worth the read. It's on Viz's website to read the first technically 8 volumes, but in America they're released as 2-in-1s.
Mm.
So the first 4 are on Viz's website to read, which I will probably, once I catch up with Black Clover, I'll probably do that and continue reading Alice in Borderland because it was really good. It hooked me. Title Unexpected Visitor. Kush just texted me, title Unexpected Visitor. Yeah, I think that's a good title.
Yeah, it is a good title.
But yeah, I think a couple of things that Bug Films did takes away from the horror aspect a little too much. Now, once we get into the hometown arc of Zom, which should be this season, they might tone up the horror a little bit because that arc was preferably very dark. But next season, we have the Hokkaido arc,
Mm.
and that one is, from what I've read, is the darkest part of Zom 100 so far, and I hope they stay true to that.
They heard good things.
We'll move into Kenshin as well. I have to look at what we all covered last week. I can't remember where we ended off.
They heard good things about Kenshin.
So,
and Zom.
I did not want this to be on the screen. Yeah, they're both really freaking good.
Oh, did you start Kenshin?
Yeah, I'm caught up on it.
Okay. Since I haven't started it yet, how's the animation and art style and stuff?
It's really good. Linden Films did a very good job.
That's good. I feel like OG Kenshin didn't have what we have now animation wise.
No.
It wasn't it was good.
No.
It was good, but it wasn't
it had that
fantastic.
90s animation.
Yeah, it was still great to watch, but
what was the last one we went over before we had our technical difficulties? Alright, so it looks like we got down pretty far. I mean, rankings changed around, so we'll basically pick up from Dark Gathering. We'll do Kenshin and then go to Dark Gathering. If we do repeat any of these, I apologize. If we repeat any of these, it's mainly, I can't remember exactly, and I'm not going to have y'all sit here listening to last week's podcast on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out which one we left off on. So we'll do Kenshin, then we'll go down and start at Dark Gathering for this week. And like I said, if there's any dupes, which I think we went over Dark Gathering and Helk last week, but I'm just going to play it safe. And we'll get a different input on it.
So you're going to have to give me some background on that one.
Yeah, I did the same thing for Tony. But Tony knew a little bit about Dark Gathering. But Kenshin so far is, compared to the original animation of Kenshin, it's 1,000 times better. It's
good.
Been accurate to the source material instead of being way off track like the original was.
Also good.
And the voice acting, there's no dub of this being aired. It's only sub. And the voice acting is on point. Like,
good. Because I know the sub for Kenshin was really good.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better voice actor for Kenshin than who they have playing him, which I can't even remember his name off the top of my head.
Say, I know,
Soma Satoi. Perfect fit for Kenshin. He plays the role perfect. And I think he's who voice acted him in the original as well.
I was going to say, is he the original?
I think he is.
Because if so, that's great, because that's how I watch Kenshin.
I think for a lot of these reboots that they've been doing, like the Kenshin one, Bleach coming back, not necessarily a reboot, but coming back, they've gotten the original cast. Now the only problem with Bleach is the original sub voice actor for Yamamoto passed away.
Yeah, it's like the same thing
But,
we're gonna have for Dragon Ball coming up at some point.
And for One Piece.
Who for One Piece?
Blackbeard.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he passed away in 2017. Blackbeard has not had a dub line since Marineford.
Wow.
Blackbeard hasn't been in the story since Marineford in the anime.
Wow.
He'll show up though. I'm wondering who they're gonna get to replace his dub voice actor, because they hit it out of the ballpark with Yamamoto's sub voice actor. He did a really good job, and Frieza's is already gotten, because the original voice actor for Frieza in the dub got sick during Super. And this other guy finished Super. He did the last half of Super. So he did the Tournament of Power, the new guy, and he has the role set. He will have the role of Frieza.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. He was damn good.
Spot on.
He was damn good.
Because I know the original dub actor of Frieza, I think it was 2019 or 2020 he passed away.
It was during the COVID. It was during
COVID, so it was either 19 or 20. And,
yeah, it was either 19, 20, or 21. It was one of them.
But he was already unwell to voice act during the Tournament of Power.
Didn't the narrator pass as well?
I don't know.
Or that might be for a different show. But
Maybe.
I thought I heard the narrator pass too.
But the one that was the biggest thing
for the dub.
The one that was like one of the biggest ones that happened was Blackbeard's. Because it was so...
Yeah.
It was like, what the hell is gonna... It's been so long since we even had a line from Blackbeard at all.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that about Frieza. I thought it was just same guy, and it was like, okay, how are they gonna replace Frieza?
Yeah, they are, because I remember...
iconic.
I follow him on TikTok, the guy who replaced Frieza.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know that. Yeah.
People were saying, you're not actually Frieza, and he showed his... he got, like, an award or something for the Tournament of Power for voice acting, and he showed it, like, for his name, for Frieza.
That's
and
awesome.
They put the arc on it because he didn't do the full Super, so they put
Dragon
Ball Super,
so he didn't do
Tournament of Power arc.
Did he do the movie then?
Yes, he did. No, he didn't do Resurrection of F.
No. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. That means he also did Super Broly.
He did. I believe he. No, I think Super Broly was still the original. I think the original tried to come back.
Oh, okay.
If Super Broly was still, I think 18 was Super Broly, right?
No, it came out after that.
So he might have done it then.
Yeah, it came out after that.
Either way, he's spot on. He's
Oh yeah, he's great.
He's
I didn't
great.
know that.
Next up we have Dark Gathering, which
All right, give me some background.
Dark Gathering is a horror supernatural about a
Okay.
college boy and his childhood friend Aiko. They
Mhm.
both were cursed as young children, and she doesn't see spirits or sense spirits at all. All she has is the nerves growing on her hand, part of the curse. Him, on the other hand, became a spirit seer and able to sense curses, and
Okay.
his arm that is afflicted with the curse with the overgrowing nerves is actually a magnet for curses and spirits.
Interesting.
And Aiko's cousin Yaoi is in grade school, and he becomes Yaoi's tutor. And they go hunting. They go hunting curses because Aiko loves haunted things, and Yaoi is infatuated with spirits. And it comes to being a team up between the main character Keitaro, Yaoi, and Aiko, without Aiko really knowing. She's just along for the ride because she's the one with the driver's license. But
well, you know how it be.
Yaoi's trying to find the spirit that took her mother. Her father's spirit is sitting, waiting patiently at the grave, and she's on a mission to find her mother. But it's a very powerful spirit that took her mother, so she's collecting powerful spirits to fight it when she finds it.
Okay.
And she teams up with Keitaro because she's like, if we come across the spirit that cursed you, we'll kill it and free you and Aiko from the curse.
Okay. So not to cut you off, I get a little bit of Demon Slayer vibes.
Nowhere, not even the same category.
No. Just like based off description, a little bit of Demon Slayer vibes.
I mean, I guess
With
you
the whole
can,
family thing.
but Yaoi had a car accident. It was no spirit involved with the car accident. A spirit showed up because of the death that happened.
Okay.
And took her mother's spirit. Because in this universe, for a spirit to stay in the human realm, because they can stay in the human realm for a certain amount of time and then they pass on. But to stay, they have to consume other spirits' souls.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And horrifying.
Cool. But here's the funniest part about Dark Gathering. It is meant to be scary, but also extremely cute. Do you have Stream up?
That I do not.
All right, I'm gonna send you a picture of Yaoi from Dark Gathering. Stream is gonna see it right now. She is adorable, and I'm gonna send you two images. One is a creepy ass one that we get at the very beginning of the series, and we get this in the first chapter as well. And then the other one is just her normally.
Okay. Oh, I got folder. Whatever this wants to load.
And don't let that bunny rabbit fool you. She uses stuffed animals to trap the spirits. And in that image,
the bunny rabbit fools me. And why does she look like she has?
She is strangling. She is choking the fuck out of that bunny rabbit right now in that scene. She is choking the fuck out of it. This hat is pissing me off with my glasses, so I'm going hatless. But yeah,
hatless.
She is choking the absolute living fuck out of that bunny rabbit. Because it has a spirit in it, and because that's the scene where Keitaro shows up. So, and like I said, Keitaro's arm is a magnet for spirits. So it's trying to get to him. And she's like, no. It's definitely worth a watch. It's on High Dive. And I believe there are 5 episodes out. Episode 6 comes out tomorrow.
Okay.
Which I believe episode 6 will round out the chapters in volume 2. So after episode 6, I'm going to be in new content area because the chapters are not out yet. Because they're vault chapters.
Okay.
So the way Viz and Shonen Jump are doing it is whenever the volumes release in English, they're uploading the chapters.
Mm.
So, and I believe Volume 3 does not come out until... Let me pull up my calendar. I think it comes out next month.
Okay.
Yes, it comes out September 19th. So I'm going to have several episodes of new content. Which means probably the rest of the season will be all new for me. But next up on the docket is Helk.
That's pretty cool.
Helk is an action fantasy. It takes place in a universe where it's kind of like Mushoku Tensei, where the demon realm and the human realm are actually on the same planet, and not in different like universes. They're just different countries. Helk is the main character. He is a hero from the human country, who basically defects to the demon country and joins a tournament to become the new demon lord of a certain province. And the person who's orchestrating the tournament, she is pulling every underhanded tactic to try to get Helk to fail, because she does not want a human. She doesn't trust Helk because he's a human.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the main gist of the story right now. It's
fair enough.
I'm trying to think of parallel animes that it could be referred to. Nothing's coming to mind for Helk.
No, I really can't think of nothing.
But moving on, we have Masamune no Revenge. So Masamune's Revenge, season 2. Basically, the gist of this story is main character was a pudgy fat kid as a kid, got really close to this super rich girl. They became friends, and the last night they saw her before he moved to a different school. She called him Pig'sfoot, and he wanted to make her fall in love with his new form, slim, muscular dude form, and then break up with her.
What a name.
And
slim, muscular dude form.
Yeah.
What a name.
Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because anything else I can say is huge spoilers to the plot. It will piss you off towards the end of the first season because a certain character gets introduced that is I hate their everlasting guts. But things happen and things work out. In the second season, by episode 4 or 5, things work out with that character and they gain a little bit of respect, not a lot of respect. I still hate them a lot.
Oh, side note, we should be good. Looks like the storm has moved on.
That is good. That is good.
Because I looked out the window.
Don't want to repeat it last week.
I can see the sky that's not clouds, so we should be good.
Next up is the most heretical last boss queen from villainess to savior. This is an isekai, so I don't know how intrigued you would be by it.
It depends. I've only got so far into one isekai, and that is
Eminence.
Yes. That is the only one I've gotten into.
This one, I don't think you would get into it. It is a female protagonist.
Okay.
She goes from our world to this world that is exactly like a video game from our world.
Okay.
And
so she's in Grand Theft Auto.
Basically, in the video game, the person she reincarnated as is Princess Pride Royal Ivy. Very unique name.
Sure.
Pride Royal Ivy is her name. She's the final boss of the game, and she's an evil queen. And she dies at the age of 18 in the game. Well, she has a power called precognition, so she has clairvoyance. She can see into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And it's random when she gets it. When she first gets it, it's actually not true precognition. It's her memories of her past life of the game that she gets in bits and pieces.
Okay.
and she tries to change her life because once she awakens to this, because before she awakened to this power, she had no clue she was even reincarnated. She thought she was just Pride Royal Ivy, so she was acting like the character acted in the game, this stuck-up princess who treated everyone like crap. Once her precognition activated, she took a whole 180, and everyone, even on the staff, was like, "She's different now," and she's trying to avoid dying because that's one of the things she saw. And that's basically the whole gist of the season. It feels like right now is I don't know if it's going to be multiple seasons because we've already had a couple time skips. Because it starts out she's like 5 or 6. She's now 13 or 15 in the latest episode. So we've had a couple time skips happen.
Okay.
Next we have Yohane the Perion, or as I like to call it, just Genjitsu.
Okay.
Modern day Tokyo, but still a fantasy backwater town.
Cool.
And evil spirits awaken due to a girl singing, and now her singing is possibly the only thing that can save the town. And we're on a trip to get her to make friends.
Okay.
That's pretty much the whole story.
So it's fairy tale with worst power as friendship. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's no actual magic. I mean, there kind of is. The mailman, the letter carriers, the post office workers use this like bubble cannon.
Oh no!
To fly around the town. But it's I mean it's rated 7.16 right now on Mao, but it's one of those anime this season. It's one of those. Fair. It's one of those. It's kind of like the Alice Gear or Kizuno no Allie of last season, but a little better.
Fair enough.
They have Goblin Slayer season 2 on here because it is streaming its first. It is doing its first 2 episodes at a theater in Germany. It did that on August 4th, and it's going to be regularly broadcasted in October. Eminence and Shadow did the same thing. There's another one on here that did the same thing, where they had the first episode or first 2 episodes in a theater.
Okay.
Rent a Girlfriend season 3. I haven't started Rent a Girlfriend. I think we talked about this last week because Tony's like it's very trashy and cringy.
I can tell you I've never watched it, and I probably don't plan on watching it.
I plan on getting the manga to read it, and if I get I think I said this a couple times on the podcast. If I get 1 volume of a manga, I finish it, and I watch its anime counterpart.
Okay.
No matter how much I dislike it. Maria Holic, I'm not that liking of it. It's not the greatest, but I've still collected 7 out of the 14 volumes. I'm probably going to put it on hold for collecting because right now you cannot find the 10th volume in English anywhere. Not eBay, not Amazon, nowhere. The only place where it is right now is for Kindle Unlimited on Amazon.
Fair enough.
Only the digital, which is going to look weird on my shelf. Which, I mean, it already does because it went from Tokyo Pop to One Piece Comics. Okay. And for a reference, let me just grab 2 of these volumes. A Tokyo Pop volume is the same size as like a standard like Shueisha, Sunday Shoujo, Sunday Shonen, or Shoujo Beat, the normal standard size. One Piece comics are like the Square Enix 7C size, the shorter one. So they sit on the shelf like that from 6 to 7, and that's how 7 through 14 are. I'm not gonna put them on 2 different shelves because they're the same series.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks, but there's not much I can do about that.
Yeah.
So plus they went from a full like black cover to different color cover on every volume. So you have a black spine and then right now a green spine. Because volume 7 is green. So it looks weird and it goes into a rainbow for the rest of the volume 7 through 14. But that's just one example of like an one that I got a volume for, so I'm just gonna collect the whole thing. Why have a half-ass?
Makes sense.
Why have the half-ass set?
Yeah.
That's like Boruto right now. I have volumes 9, 12, 13, and 14.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna get the rest of them. The manga's not.
I'm so sorry.
The manga's not as bad as the anime.
Yeah,
is.
say the manga's decent. It's the anime that's the problem.
The anime is the problem. The manga's not half bad. We'll just have to see what happens with the manga when it comes back in October, I think it said.
Ooh.
So, I mean, I can understand Kishimoto did the Minato thing, which we don't know if we're getting more chapters or not. Because I do remember.
I hope we do.
I do remember him saying it's like a special one-shot, 4 chapters. Pretty sure that's something that was said, unless it was a mistranslation.
So it'd be nice if we do.
It could have been a mistranslation where it was like supposed to be special one-shot plus 4 episodes.
Oh, it could be.
Which, if that was the mistranslation, then okay, then that's all we're getting from Minato is that one chapter.
I wonder how they would do it.
I don't know. I'd love to see that animated, though. Which I was hoping, like, maybe we got another chapter or 2, and that's what the 4 episodes were going to be. But as it draws nearer and nearer, it seems like the 4 chapters are just going to be, like, the 4 episodes are going to be, like, the 4 highest rated episodes of OG Naruto.
Which is fine.
Which, yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be reanimated in the same way that Bleach is being animated.
That's fine.
Oh, not just fine. That means it's going to be great. Imagine the final Valley fight in the 1,000-year Blood War animation.
Is it like the first thing I thought of was Gaara and Rock Lee?
I think it's going to be the Gaara and Rock Lee, the final Valley.
Yeah.
What other big moments happened in OG? Oh, Naruto and Gaara. And
yes and no.
That was a 50-50. Zabuza.
If that's not reanimated, I might be visibly upset.
I think the very first episode.
I hope they don't do the very first episode.
I kind of hope they do. Because the very first episode was boom, right in your face. It was the only the very first episode of One Piece didn't have a big boom right in your face. I mean, you had Luffy popping out of the barrel,
which was really funny.
But if you look at contrast, the actual beginning of One Piece was the backstory with Shanks and Luffy. You look at the first chapter of Naruto, it had that big 1,000 freaking shadow clone moment in it.
Oh yeah, it was massive.
And then in Bleach, you have Ichigo getting his Shinigami powers in the first chapter as well. Big hitting, like, people think, oh, the pacing and the way things build up is slow in the older ones. I'm like, those first episodes were all bangers and attention grabbers.
Now I really hope they do reanimate this Zabuza fight with Kakashi. Oh my god!
Not even just with Kakashi. The episode with without putting like filler stuff in there, they can get the full fight into an episode probably.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But especially when Kakashi's in the water prison.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And Naruto and Sasuke are teaming up against Zabuza.
Yeah. So good.
Moving on though, we have Spy Class from Season 2. Basically, a bunch of flunky spies join this OP spy group and you go on spy missions.
So it's kind of like Assassination Classroom, but different.
Nope. It's closer to It's closer to Spy Family.
Okay. I mean, like same premise. Got her classroom spy.
So
okay.
It's the way the setting of the world is pretty much the same as Spy Family. Two sides divided and a huge spy wars going on.
Okay, see, I can get behind that.
That's the same as Spy Family, but the difference is each nation has a bunch of spy schools.
Okay.
Well, in the nation that we follow, all these women, all these female spies that make up the group called Lamplight, are all extremely talented, but for some reason we're flunking.
Interesting.
So they get brought to the quote unquote best spy in the world, who is the leader of Lamplight now, and they train under him and go on impossible missions.
And it's Lloyd Forger. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, it's Klaus is his name. Pretty sure it's Klaus. Let me double check. It's not bad. It has its ditzy moments. Yeah, Klaus is his name. But like,
Say
yeah,
Klaus, my first
Black
I
Clover.
was Black Clover.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have like
Sir Spectacles.
the spies. You have Thea, Lily, Grete, Arina, Annette, Sarah, Sylvia, Monica. That's not all of them, but they all have code names. And the way you can tell, it's kind of like mini arcs. It's not full arcs. It has like mini arcs. Is the names of the episode. Like for the one for Annette that happened this season, the 4 episodes were called Forgetter 1, Forgetter 2, because her code name is Forgetter because she actually has amnesia.
Okay.
So it's not a bad one. It's
not bad.
It's mid range, especially for the season.
Okay.
It's definitely mid range. The next one though is pretty bad.
Oh, never good to hear.
Pretty bad.
it's never good to hear.
Level 1 Demon Lord and 1 Room Hero. So it takes place in modern Tokyo, 10 years after the fall of the Demon Lord by the hero Max. The Demon Lord reincarnates, and he awakened. I say he because it's random what gender the Demon King is when he reawakens, but he always reawakens after a certain amount of time. Well,
Okay.
they reawakened early.
Okay.
So she, because there's she now. She is not at their full power, so they appear as a little girl.
Okay.
But using her magic, she can make herself an adult woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's trying to get Max back on his feet because he had a bunch of scandals and all this stuff happened to him in that 10-year time scan, and now he's a neat. He's a shut-in. And one of the cringiest but funniest episodes was when they try live streaming. Well, him doing it wasn't working, so he's like, "Hey, why don't you do it?" And she gets in her adult form, which has a crop top. It's a sailor uniform, school uniform, with a super short miniskirt and a crop top that just barely covers her tits.
Jesus.
She ate a banana on stream, and she goes to lift up her shirt and gets banned.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's something.
I don't even remember what happened in the most recent episode because I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during it. And I'm not even going to bother rewatching it because there's probably nothing important happened.
Turns out it's a super dark twist.
Oh, I would be pissed, and I would then go right back and watch it. The next one up.
We're talking like super dark.
The next one up, I'm surprised it's so low. Studio Gohans did a really good job animating this so far, and it was supposed to be one of the higher end comedy romances of the season. Up there with like Rent a Girlfriend and Masamune's Revenge, up there with that. And it's The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. So it follows a middle schooler by the name of Komura and the girl he likes by the name of Mai.
Mm-hmm.
She cannot see a thing without her glasses. So
so we got Velma.
So pretty much. So Komura helps her, and they start to form a relationship as friends. Though nothing romantic has happened yet.
Okay.
She thinks so in the most recent episode, Komura gets invited to go to the arcade with his male friends, and he declines because she forgot her glasses.
Okay.
But Komura doesn't know she forgot her glasses on this day yet.
Okay.
and she has to go to the post office to mail in a thing for a reward that she got. Well, Komura said, "Hey, I'll walk with you anyway. I'll go to the post office with you
Right.
anyway." And then he gets offered to go to the arcade. He declines because he has plans with her. Because he
Mhm.
actually does want to spend time with her because it's his crush.
Right.
Well, she plays it off like she tries to play it off like I'm fine. I can get there on my own. I have my contacts. She did
Mhm.
not. She did not have her contacts. She was blind as a bat, and there's subtle hints dropped throughout the episode. And he finally catches on, and they find out there's a convenience store right next to the school that has a one of the like mailboxes,
Okay.
so he can still go to the arcade, while also helping her. But it's a cutesy one. It's
Jeez.
not meant for everybody. I'm shocked on how low it's been rated because it was supposed to be like one of the top ones of that category for the season. Not higher than My Happy
Fair
Marriage.
enough.
That My Happy Marriage was always meant to be the top one this season, from what I've seen. Next one is Temple,
Fair enough.
or Tempuru. No One Can Live on Loneliness. It's basically about a guy whose dad fell to manly desires, like women and stuff, and
Makes sense.
he vows to not be like his dad and live on his lonesome. Well,
Fair enough.
he starts getting these desires. His uncle says, "Go to this temple and become a monk. They'll help you out." Turns out that hasn't been a temple in 15 years and is now a
Ooh.
nursery for nuns.
Oh boy.
And all these nuns just so happen to be big titty girls. Well, nuns in
Oh
training.
no.
They're not full on nuns yet. They're nuns in training.
We have Asta's fantasy.
Yeah. And it's an ecchi comedy romance. And it's pretty bad.
And
It's pretty bad.
oh no.
I'm still going to finish it, but it's pretty bad. There are some good plot points that happens. Like, the main female she got with a matchmaker to get married to save the temple, even though she does not want to. But she wants to save the temple because her dream is to run the temple.
Okay.
So there are some redeeming qualities of the plot,
Mhm.
but a lot of it is like, oh my god, just get it over with already. Just end it.
Just end the show.
Yeah, pretty much. Next we have one that's actually based off a video game. Studio 8-Bit is actually animating this, and how it's rated lower than Temple, I'm surprised because it's really good. It's called Synduality Noir. It's only on Hulu. It basically take Code Geass and Darling in the Franxx and mash them together,
Okay.
and you get this. It has
So I've never watched Darling with the Franxx.
it has the mechs of Code Geass,
Okay.
and it has the what is the civilization crisis of Darling in the Franxx, where they have to live in protected areas because of monsters outside of the areas.
Okay.
The mechs they call coffins. They cannot be run by a single person like Code Geass. You have a human pilot, and then you have a humanoid Magi that co-pilots in the back.
Okay.
Or Magus, I think is how it's pronounced. And we follow a coffin engineer who wants to be a drifter but fails the drifter aptitude test multiple times. Finds this Magus on a scavenge, and for some reason has a really good sync with her, and is able to pilot a coffin now with her.
Okay.
And it's basically following him becoming a good drifter, because they're called drifters.
Okay.
The pilots who do these. That's pretty much all on that one.
Doesn't sound too bad.
It's pretty good. I enjoy it. Next, we have Reign of the Seven Spellblades.
I've heard about this one. I
yes.
heard it's pretty good.
Yes, Cope is also caught up on this one.
That's how I heard about it.
Yeah. Pretty much, it's pretty much a mashal, but the main character can use magic, and he's actually very proficient at it, and There's something else about him that's being hinted for him, but we don't know yet.
Fair enough.
They also, instead of just using wands, they also use swords in case of close range magic battles.
Okay.
So they are proficient in the sword and magic. And we basically follow this group of, I'm pretty sure it's 7 people, hence the name of it, as they go through this school dealing with the corruption and stuff inside the school.
Right.
And like it says on here, shrouded. These are sparse and elusive spells, along with their casters, are shrouded in mystery, and only the absolute lethality is known to the masses. Next up, we have the second season of The Devil's a Part-Timer. Slice of life reverse isekai. That's pretty much all you need to know about it.
See, okay, is this like normal Devil's a Part-Timer, or is this like the other one of Devil's a Part-Timer? 'Cause I know there's 2 different ones, isn't there?
No,
Just the one?
there's only one Devil's a Part-Timer.
Okay, so then it definitely changed art styles then.
Yes, they changed art styles with the second core, which on certain streaming sites, the second core of season 1 is called season 2, and this is being called season 3. But it's actually season 1, part 1, and part 2, and this is season 2 now starting. For part 2 of season 1, or as Crunchyroll calls it, season 2, the animation and art style changed drastically. I don't know if they
Not
did in the
a
manga.
fan of the art style.
No, I like the first 12 episodes a lot more than 13 onward.
100%.
They made Amelia, I'll call her Emmy. They made Emmy look weird as hell. Now Alice Ramis looks adorable still, even in the new art style. Alice Ramis looks good. Lucifer didn't change much. Belle didn't change much. Chio didn't change much. Asiel didn't change much. It was mainly Satan and Emmy that changed.
Mao.
Well, Satan.
Sadao Mao.
Sadao Mao. Well, Mao literally means demon lord or demon king in Japanese.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what Mao means.
That's cool.
So I think
Sadao
I
Mao.
think they switched studios. So Studio 3 Hertz is doing the second season. I think the previous season was done by different. No, Studio 3 Hertz. Oh yeah, the one where Alice Ramis gets introduced was also done by Studio 3 Hertz, because that's where the animation style changed at first. Yeah, Emmy looks a lot
Not a
more.
fan.
Emmy looks a lot more badass in the original season, and yeah, that was done
They
by
both do.
that was done by Studio White Fox.
Yeah, so they both look a lot better.
But if you look at like Belle, Chio, they're not as sharp. They're more rounded. But with Chio,
Yeah,
Belle,
so I don't know what they did, but
yeah, Chio, Belle,
Yeah, I'm just
Lucifer,
like-
and Aziel, not much really changed. Now, Aziel's demon form changed, but they switched it as like more rounded instead of sharp edge.
yeah,
Which I
I'm
think
not a fan.
I think they did that because where the story's going right now is more in a slice of life direction, with not much pertaining to Enta Isla anymore. Like
Which is
so far in these 5 episodes, they mentioned Enta Isla twice. And there's been like no magic used at all in these 5 episodes. Alice Ramis hasn't transformed at all in these 5 episodes.
kind of disappointing.
So it's gearing more into the slice of life side of it.
I mean, that's not a problem, but it's just
No,
like...
and I think that was the reason for the animation switch up. Now, Studio 3 Hertz could just animate differently.
It
like I
seems
said,
like it.
I don't know what the manga looks like. The manga might be more rounded, like 3 Hertz is doing.
Maybe.
But I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
I
'cause
definitely
I've only read
thought they looked better.
I've only read the first volume.
So I only watched the first season. And then that was kind of it.
It's definitely funny. It's definitely one of the funnier ones of the season.
Oh, it's funny.
Next up,
That's one thing I will give it its credit. It's funny.
it's not the funniest of the season, but it's up there. I would say right now the funniest one this season
Probably
is
Zom.
Zom, Horimiya, Mushoku Tensei.
Or JJK occasionally.
Oh, not this season. Not this season. They'll have the funny, goofy animation because that's how Gege drew a couple of the scenes.
It helps.
It does help, and I love the way Mappa does the goofiness. But yeah, I would have to say the funniest are between My Tiny Senpai, Devil's a Part Timer, Zom, Horimiya, and Mushoku Tensei. Between those five.
That's fair.
But next is one that you've heard of. I don't know if you started it or not. But we have the Gene of AI.
No, it is on my plan to.
So, watch the opening and let me know if you're creeped out.
Okay.
So Studio Madhouse is animating it, and they took a weirdly drastic change in their animation style for this.
Okay.
The only thing that's actually keeping me watching this right now is the weird, like, suspenseful secret plot of Dr. Pseudo, the main character.
Okay.
Which he doesn't have as much screen time as you think he would as a main character.
As long as he has more than 10/10, we're good.
I think in these 6 episodes, he has pretty much as much as 1010 did in all 720 of Naruto.
Then we're good.
But other than that, it's not the greatest. It's pretty mid with a lot of cringy moments.
It's pretty disappointing.
Especially, it's either episode 5 or 6. Dr. Pseudo's assistant has a crush on Pseudo, and her best friend has this virtual reality, like, free trial game that allows you to create any scenario you want with any person.
Okay.
And yeah, it's, oh my god, it's bad. It's just bad.
You cut out really hard there.
Oh, all I was saying is it's bad. It's just bad.
Oh, that's so disappointing. I was kind of intrigued in that one because of the name. It sounded pretty cool.
Like I said, the plot line revolving around Pseudo is what's keeping me intrigued on the series right now.
That's fair.
But other than that, it doesn't have many redeeming qualities. Well, I just have to see how it turns out.
Hopefully it gets better.
I'm hoping this, like, secretive thing that Pseudo's doing, because Pseudo has 2 names. He has his main name, Hikaru Pseudo, and he has a pseudonym, kind of like how Okabe does in Steins Gate.
Okay.
We don't know much about his pseudonym character yet. I hope we find out more before the end of the season, since it's only 12 episodes and we're halfway through it.
Right.
Next, we have Am I Actually the Strongest? Which is another isekai where he retains all of his previous memories of his past life, but the goddess that reincarnated him made him OP as fuck. But she reincarnated him in a world that only goes up to 3-digit levels, so 999 is the cap. He's level 1,000.
Oh, we cut out again.
He's level 1,002.
Okay.
So when they do a magic assessment on him, he shows up as level 2.
Interesting.
He was born to the royal family of the country, and they casted him aside to Demon Forest because he showed up as level 2.
That's sad.
In that Demon Forest, he meets a demon fox who's waiting for the reincarnated demon lord. Well, he has no elemental affinity. The goddess forgot to give him elemental affinity, but he has barrier magic which is ancient mythical magic in this world. And he was able to use, as an infant, not even a day old, he was able to use his barrier magic to put into his throat and into her head so he can talk to her.
That's cool.
And basically conned her into becoming his subordinate by saying he was the reincarnated demon lord.
Huh.
And it's really good. He becomes a superhero, so his little sister will like him. And the best part is, so he also creates streaming. He's able to stream stuff from our world to this world, and he gets his little
That's cool.
sister hooked on magical girl anime.
Oh no.
His whole goal is to become a shut-in again, because he was a shut-in in his previous life. He died in his sleep as a shut-in.
Oh no.
And he studies ancient magic to create a copy, which he creates a duplicate of himself using his barrier magic that can function on its own.
That's cool.
But the only problem is he uses his copy to do the stuff he doesn't want to do. So he's going into a magical school. So he's like, okay, you go to classes and I'll be my shut-in. And the copy actually has the same mind state as him. And it's like, no, I want to be a shut-in too. So it's hilarious. But
Right.
the costume he wears for his superhero is straight up ripped from Code Geass. As I hear Sage in the background.
Yeah, she's yelling at my cat.
It's straight up ripped from Code Geass. It's a Zero's uniform.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But it's for being one of the like a trashy isekai because the main character is overpowered is another trashy isekai. It's not bad.
Well, that's good.
Next we have My Tiny Senpai, which is another one that was a highly anticipated one, and I'm shocked it's this low. Basically, it's a rom-com. First year employee is a kohai or a mentee to a third year employee who is like a 4-foot tall senior of his, and she is infatuated with cats and actually does a lot of like cat things. Like one scene, they both have the same walk to work from the station, and he sees her and she's crouched on the ground going meow meow to a cat that's in the bushes, and they give her cat ears. It's just a cutesy rom-com. That's pretty much the gist of it. I am enjoying the hell out of it, though.
That's good.
I don't understand why it's that low rated, though. I don't know what people are having a problem with it for.
It's not appealing to the masses.
Yeah. But next, we have Raiza no Atier.
Get your ass!
And Sage is getting heated.
Yeah, cat keeps messing with them.
Next, we have Raiza no Atier, which is another one based off a video game. The third installment of this game actually recently came out. Pretty much, it's about a isolated island who gets a merchant in, and they get two other people who are doing research, an alchemist and a warrior who is the bodyguard of the alchemist. Well, the main character and her two friends want to go beyond the island and do other things because they have explored every inch of the island. She gets into alchemy. The one guy starts training under the warrior, and the other guy trains under the alchemist to learn more ancient texts because he's very book heavy. It's pretty much following from what I've heard from people because I haven't played the games, it's pretty much following the game, and it's just a relaxing, chill anime. Just following the story of the game.
It's not bad.
The next one is The Dreaming Boy is a Realist.
Be a realist.
The main character, Wataru Saijo, is in love with his classmate, Aika Natsukawa, and has, I believe it is stated in the first episode that he has asked her out over 1,000 times since junior high.
Wow.
They're in high school now, and it's since junior high he has done this. She's declined him every single time, but from the way she's acting after he decides to go more into like a realist state and be like, I'm just gonna leave. He basically leaves her be now and lets her interact with. Basically, no one wanted to interact with her because he was always there. So he basically took a step back, and he just wants her to be happy. Is what he says now. He still likes her, and now she's going into this like tsundere thing because now that he's not bothering her every second of the day, she's just realizing like, oh, I kind of miss it, and she's starting to get feelings. It seems like because she keeps going into like tsundere form. But
Okay.
it's another rom-com. Right now, I'm enjoying it. The first episode, which had a lot of the pestering, like stalkerish type shit from the main character,
Mm-hmm.
I dozed off to a couple times while trying to watch it because it's like, oh, not another one of these. But then episode
Right.
2 comes around and he takes that step back and it's like, ooh, what is he doing? What's gonna happen? It kind of piques the
Right.
interest. Not one that you might like, probably.
Yeah, it doesn't seem.
Next, we do have one that you would probably like. Have you seen the Asterisk War?
I have not.
Have you seen Chivalry of a Failed Knight?
I have not.
Damn, the two parallels I could make. Have you seen No Game No Life?
I have not.
So basically, it takes from the Asterisk War and Chivalry of a Failed Knight are centered around an island of multiple schools.
Okay.
This is centered around an island of multiple schools. No Game No Life is an isekai where they get transported to another world where all disputes are handled with games, like board games and stuff. They do get into video games, but it starts out with like card games, chess, and all that stuff.
Okay.
This is a series where you're at an academy where you have to earn stars, and it's through playing games, chess, and all these other different types of games, which a lot of them don't actually have a real world parallel. And basically, he comes in and he accidentally beats the school he transferred into's top person and gains her red star. There are multiple different color stars, and each color star has a different power. Well, the red star lets you lie about something. And when you get it from somebody, you're supposed to learn that lie. Well,
Okay.
when he got it from her, he didn't learn the lie. And she revealed it without knowing that he didn't learn it. So now
Oh wow.
they're working in cahoots to keep his lie on the wraps and have him keep the star, so her lie stays on the wraps.
Okay.
And his lie is he is the top ranked person of the grade with gaining 7 stars in his first day on the island.
Wow.
He only has 1 star. So he has to try to fight these like 5-star, 6-star people who are challenging him, trying to get to 7 stars, who are using, like, you get abilities. All the abilities are available at level 1, but they're level 1. So he's trying to fight these people with level 5, level 6 abilities with level 1 abilities.
Okay.
And its only tag is suspense, and it is very suspenseful when they get into these games, especially the most recent game that happened was very suspenseful.
Right.
And he freaking 200 IQ'd that shit. Like, he big brained that. Next one is Reborn as a Vending Machine. Now I wander the dungeon aimlessly.
What a title.
Dude gets reborn as a vending machine.
What a title.
That's it. That's pretty much the dude's a vending machine.
That does not sound.
Instead of getting the currency that he gets for people buying his products gets turned into ability points, and if he runs out of ability points, he dies.
That is not sound entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Shockingly enough, it's rated a 6.44, which is understandable because it is a trashy isekai.
And say it does
But
not sound appealing.
shockingly enough, it is actually the most appealing isekai outside of Mushoku Tensei and Am I Actually the Strongest for this season.
That's fair.
And it might get passed up by the Most Radical Last Boss Queen with the way that story's going. But so far, out
Okay.
of between Mushoku Tensei, what else is an isekai? I'm scrolling through the list again looking for the isekais. The Heretical Last Boss, Devil's a Part-Timer, Am I actually the strongest? Reborn as a vending machine. My unique skill makes me OP even at level 1. Out of all those, the only one above it I would put are Am I Actually the Strongest and Mushoku Tensei.
Okay.
Oh, Sweet Reincarnation is also an isekai. I haven't watched anything about it, but it's, from what I can tell, it's basically Food Wars but isekai.
Interesting.
And without the ecchi from Food Wars.
Okay.
And then there's another one, The Great Cleric is another isekai this season, which I haven't watched. And it's basically just a salary man has an untimely death and gets isekai'd.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's not as I was expecting it to be trash, like god awful trash. I'm not watching this after watching the first episode.
Right.
And I normally don't say that. I normally, if I watch one episode, I watch them all. Normally, I have
Right.
yet to actually drop an anime other than Bang, which I put it in drop because I don't feel like dealing with the convoluted timeline that no one seems to have a chronological order of. Unlike Fate, a certain magical index, and a couple others where people actually have the chronological timeline for, there's no chronological timeline for Bang, and it's Berserk 2016 animation, but worse.
Oh no, it's not good.
So I put it in dropped. It's the only anime I've ever put in dropped. Normally I just put it. Normally, like for like Reborn as a Vending Machine, I was expecting to watch the first episode, put it on hold, and then when it finished airing, just binge through it quickly and get it over with. That's normally what I do with trashy isekais that I don't feel like watching. That's what I did with My Isekai Life, because they actually, I'm reading My Isekai Life, and it's the reading part is good. The anime, they start halfway through volume 2.
Okay.
It makes no sense. We lose out on so much stuff that I dropped it.
That's crazy.
I say drop. My drop is different than other people's drops. I put it on hold to just binge the whole thing when it came out. I have yet to actually go and do that because I'm watching so many other things right now.
I won't lie. I've dropped a lot of shows before. I've dropped a lot.
But I was expecting to put this on hold, and it shocked me. And I'm still watching it. Next one, the only reason why I'm still watching this next one is because it's being released in simuldub. So the dub and sub of the episode is coming out at the same exact time, same exact episode number.
Okay.
And pretty much I put it on and read Black Clover.
Which is so good.
But it's such a simplistic isekai that it's easy to do that with.
That's fair.
The dude gets reincarnated, and in this world, every town is in a, like, you're in a dungeon with towns inside the dungeon. Or no, that's Reborn as a Vending Machine. Never mind. This one is you can only obtain items. There's no farming, no raising animals or anything like that. Everything you could ever possibly need is a item drop in the dungeon.
Okay.
And people are set with max levels, like a level cap, at birth.
Interesting.
His level cap is 1. He cannot level up past level 1. But he has a unique skill.
That's unfortunate.
A dungeon appears where no drops happen. And it's very weird to the people who are like, how is there a dungeon but no drops?
Right.
Well, it turns out he actually gets drops from this dungeon. And they increase his stats. So the stats aren't done in a number aspect or done in a letter. So he now has all S ranked stats. And the strength of those S ranked stats basically make him level 100. That's pretty much the gist of the story right now.
Okay.
Next up, we have Ayaka, A Story of Bonds and Wounds. Basically, there's these the Ayaka Islands, which is a chain of 4 islands. You have the main island that has a very modern city like Tokyo. You have the second island, which has a more suburban-like city like the Gifu Prefecture. And then you have the third island, which is like a temple island that is mainly for spirit residuals, and the main temple's there, kind of like Kyoto. And then you have the fourth island, which is the twin dragons lair, where the fire dragon and the water dragon are said to reside.
Okay.
Think it's 10 years prior to the current timeline of the story, so 10 years prior. The fire dragon went ballistic. The main character's father died quelling the fire dragon, but the water dragon went missing. The main character went to the mainland to go to school and then came back. After graduating middle school, he came back to the Ayaka Islands to learn. He left them because he couldn't control his lei, which is basically chakra.
Okay.
And now he's learning to control his lei and use it for good and become a lei master.
Okay.
There's been subtle hints throughout the series. Every time he loses control, his eyes go into like this blue dragon looking eyes.
That's
and
cool.
I have perceived the theory the reason the water dragon went missing is because somehow the water dragon got turned into this boy, and the character who died quelling the fire dragon due to the water dragon's disappearance, because they normally kept each other in check, the water and fire dragon.
Right.
The man who died took the water dragon in as his son, is my theory right now.
That'd be something.
And I think I'm right on that, just because the way his eyes change when he loses control of his lei, and the fact that he never trained in lei but has such a strong connection to lei. So it's very weird, and I have a feeling my theory's going to reign true. With that said, the last one on the docket.
Hey, that could be possible. That'd be a hell of a.
Well, we have one more and then the last one. So, The Rising of the Shield Heroes, first 2 episodes were streamed in Germany as well at a theater. Same place that Goblin Slayer was aired at a theater. And it is going to begin broadcasting in October. I cannot wait for Season 3 of this. Season 2 was a little bit of a letdown, and I'm hoping Season 3 claps at us hard. I'm probably going to rewatch Season 1 and 2, though, before this starts. I couldn't get
past the first episode.
So the first episode is an hour.
Yeah.
And I can't remember
It sure felt like it.
I can't remember what her actual name is because she gets renamed the bitch and whore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I almost dropped it in that episode as well because of what she did. She makes the first half of the first season hard to watch. I think it's episode 10 is where we get our due justice for her.
I won't lie.
And yeah, her name is changed to whore, and her adventuring name is changed to bitch. I know it's rough. I had a rough time getting through it, but it is worth it. Season 2's like I said, Season 2 is kind of a letdown. It's more focused around Raftalia, Season 2. But Season 1 was a banger of a season. You just have to get through her antics. Once you get past her antics and meet the queen, it gets good. Like, really good. And it's a top tier.
How many episodes? How many episodes is that in?
I think that's episode 10.
That's rough.
Yeah, you got to go through a lot of shit. So Malti is her actual name.
That's rough.
It's a 25 episode season. The first season.
I say that first episode, I was just like, I don't know. It was so long. I was like, I don't know. I know it's like held high regarded as like one of the best like introductions or whatever. At least that's what I've heard.
Oh, it's like episode. I think based on episode titles, it looks like episode 20, but I'm pretty sure it happens a lot earlier than that.
Oh, then yeah, there's no way I'm making it.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, there's no way I'd make it through there.
Naofumi's triumphant return is the episode that shows the first time for Multi to call Naofumi by his giving name and the only hero. No. What episode does Multi get? Yeah, episode 21.
Yeah, I couldn't make it that far.
Now, so episode 21, she's big in. Then episode 2, 3, she's not in at all. Episode 4, she shows up. Episode 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, she doesn't show up. Same with 11. 12, 13, 14, and 15 is she shows up in. 16, 17, she's not in. 18 is the start of the trial where the queen returns. Because it's literally called a conspiracy linked. Because the king, so in this kingdom, the queen is the top person, not the king. The king was trying to surrupt the queen. And then, yeah, 18, 19 are pretty rough, but 20 and 21 is where sitting through all that pays off, and it pays off big time.
So, I don't know. That's long.
Like I said, it is worth it. I don't say that for a lot of shows.
That's long.
I don't say that for a lot of shows that start out like that. Because, like I said, it was very hard for me to get through that first episode. Very hard.
I was surprised I finished it.
And I'm normally with an episode like that and the way that first half of that season went, because once you get into the second half, yeah, there's a couple times where it gets bad, but it's mainly just following Naofumi and Raftalia. Which you never even met Raftalia because she shows up in episode 2.
You know what?
Raftalia makes it worth it.
I think I did get to episode 2, but I can't remember.
She's the Tanuki girl. The slave girl. That's a Tanuki.
I can't remember.
Well, like I said,
I
don't say this
don't
often.
remember.
I normally say, yeah, it stays mid, or it stays pretty bad, or it's good off the start. Ones that are bad off the start, I normally don't say turn out worth it. Shield Hero is one of those that turns out worth it.
That's rough.
Like, I wouldn't even say, with what's happening in the Boruto manga right now, I wouldn't even say Boruto's worth it to get through that, to get to those parts in the anime.
Like, that's...
Like, to get to the Ishiki fight with Baryon mode, that is an awesome fight. It's not worth getting to it in the anime. It's more worth it to skip to it.
Yeah.
But for Shield Hero, it's worth it to sit through that. Because it all pays off. Boruto doesn't have that paying off factor.
Yeah.
And then the last one, we have the Naruto 4-episode project for the 20th anniversary. Airing starting September 3rd is what Mal has.
Right.
So,
okay.
I know we were talking about this a little earlier when Kush was here, but we are extremely excited for that.
Yeah.
And we mentioned what 4 episodes we think it's going to be, which I think is going to have the first episode, the Zabuza fight, the Rock Lee Gara fight, and the Final Valley fight. Are the 4 episodes I think are going to be done. Because it wouldn't make sense not to do the first fight. Unless they're going to be doing Shippuden stuff.
Hey, One Piece just dropped.
Yeah, 1072, where we actually get the main battle of Gear 5.
I just got the notification from Crunchyroll.
Speaking of One Piece, that's the first one on the continuing. We're not really talking about the continuing too much, but we'll mention One Piece because of Gear 5. This is One Piece's year. Both manga and anime, this is One Piece's year. If One Piece... I don't think One Piece is going to... I hope it's nominated for Anime of the Year, but the last couple of years of the Crunchyroll Awards, they've been keeping the anime of the year to something that was a seasonal. So
That makes sense because One Piece goes on all year,
it's a
right?
continuous. They do have a category for continually airing, and One Piece is going to win that again, just like it did last year. There's no,
Oh, yeah,
there's no
it's One Piece.
question.
Yeah,
With
it's One
Gear
Piece.
5th being released this year in the anime, there's no question it's going to win continuous. And it might get a nomination for anime of the year. But what I think
It could.
is going to get anime of the year, it got screwed over last year because it was in the fall. The fall season does not get included for the Crunchyroll Awards. It is so fall of 2022 through summer, so this season is what gets counted for the Crunchyroll Awards.
Yeah, last year I went to Attack on Titan, right?
No, it went to Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Boo.
Attack on Titan got best OST.
They got a lot. I know they won a lot.
They got 2 or 3. They got best OST, best Japanese voice actor,
Yeah.
and I think best drama or action.
I believe it was drama.
You know what? Little sidebar. Awards 2022. Meet the winners of this year's anime awards.
Drama sounds right.
Yeah, I think it did get drama because I was pissed off it got drama.
Yeah, they got drama. I remember you being quite upset about it.
Yeah, so anime. Oh, that's right. 2022. It was actually 2023 was the last one. These ones will be 2024. Crunchyroll or Attack on Titan Part 1 of the final season got Anime of the Year for 2022. So for 2023, Anime of the Year went to Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Boo.
The nominees were that, Demon Slayer Entertainment District, Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2, Licorice Recoil, Ranking of Kings, and Spy Family. Edge Runners got it well deserved. And yeah, so this was a fall of 22 anime. Or no, this was summer because it's September. September is still considered part of the summer season. October is the start of the fall. Best original anime went to Licorice Recoil. I voted for Birdie Wing. I ended up watching Licorice Recoil after the awards, and I can say for a fact it definitely deserves it over Birdie Wing.
Fair enough.
Best design, anime character design went to Demon Slayer, of course.
Yeah, that doesn't vary.
I
doesn't shock me.
voted. So you were able to vote once a day. I voted between Demon Slayer, My Dress Up Darling, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Cyberpunk.
I only voted one time.
Yeah, you can vote daily. Best animation went to Demon Slayer. Yeah, all my votes went to that. All my votes went to Demon Slayer for best animation.
Yeah, that's not really
Now-
much of a question right there.
Bleach is going to be up there, though, for this year's. I have a huge feeling Bleach is going to be up there.
Yeah.
I think Bleach is going to get Anime of the Year. Best original anime for this year. I don't know because I can't remember what's all original and what's not. Best character design is probably going to go to Demon Slayer again.
Probably.
That's my best guess is Demon Slayer. Dark Gathering might be a nomination though. Same with Zom 100. Best animation is either going to be JJK, Demon Slayer, or Bleach. It's going to be one of those ones. Best new anime series. What was first season this year? Oh, that's going to My Happy Marriage or Zom 100. And based on last year's winner being Spy Family, I have a feeling it's going to be My Happy Marriage that wins it. Best continuing was One Piece. It's going to get it again. It is going to get it
Makes
again.
sense.
Best opening sequence went to The Rumbling. I think it's going to, if they include fall,
As it should have.
if they include fall of last year, where Bleach and Chainsaw Man were, I think it's going to go to Scar, the first opening of Thousand Year Blood War. I
that
think
one was
that's going to
good.
get best opening. Best ending went to comedy from Spy Family. I think that's another one that's going Bleach. I wholeheartedly believe that's going Bleach as well. But there's a chance it'll be One Piece because One Piece has openings again.
Well, it has an ending.
Has endings for the first time since 2006. The anime was only going on for 7 years, and then they cut openings or endings.
Yes, they still got openings.
I have a feeling because of the return of the endings, best ending sequence is going to go to One Piece.
Possible.
Best anime score went to Attack on Titan. This is going to go to Bleach. Bleach has the best OST of any anime. This is going to go to Bleach. Best anime film is going to go to One Piece Film Red. Or no, it was up for nomination for this one, so it's not going because that's right. It came out in Japan in the summer. It was August it came out. I voted hardcore for Film Red.
Makes sense.
I think it's probably going to go to Susume. But we are getting Sailor Moon Crystal movies this year as well, before fall. Haikyuu's is not going to be till after the fall, so I think it's going to go to Suzume. That one was really good. Best anime song went to Rumbling from Attack on Titan.
As it should have. I'm sorry. Rumbling might be my all-time favorite opening.
That's hard.
It might be my favorite.
I do like the Rumbling a lot.
So good.
But there are ones I do like more than it.
That's fair. Like, I think One Piece has some weak ones.
One Piece definitely has some weaker ones. Except
for the very first one.
Oh,
that
yeah, we are.
banger.
We are.
Banger.
Bro.
Banger.
This is a hard one for this year. But
I like JJK's.
I think it's gonna go to I think it's gonna go to one from Bocchi to Rock.
We're talking opening, right?
It's just song. Because comedy.
Oh, like score?
No, score is OST.
Okay.
Technically, an opening can be part of an OST, but Winner, the one OST from Attack on Titan season 4, part 2. So yeah,
I'll go with Jujutsu Kaisen.
I think it's gonna go Bocchi to Rock. Bocchi to Rock is about a rock band. So I think best anime
that
song
would make sense if they
is gonna
win.
go to it.
It would make sense.
Its opening is pretty weak, but it has its own actual songs. Like you see, the one here from your boy Kong Ming isn't the opening. Best anime director, it went to the Demon Slayer director. I think it's either gonna be.
As it should have.
It's either gonna be the Demon Slayer director or it's gonna be Tetsugawa, the Bleach director.
Either or would be good.
It's gonna go to either or of those two. Best main character was Aaron.
As it should have.
I think I voted for Aaron for this as well. For
So
this
good.
year, I think it's either gonna be Luffy or Ichigo.
Don't sleep on Tanjiro. I don't know. Man kind of popped off.
Tanjiro's definitely gonna be a nomination.
Oh, he popped off.
He's definitely gonna have a nomination for best main character.
Because I'm
you
a big Tanjiro fan.
You have Luffy's Gear 5.
Damn.
You have Luffy's Gear 5.
Yeah.
You have the return.
Luffy's gonna win it.
The return of Ichigo.
Luffy's gonna win it. I'm not really like.
It's gonna be between Ichigo and Luffy, because
Luffy's gonna win it.
Return of Ichigo after 10 years. So, best supporting character went to.
Luffy's gonna win that.
Yeah, best supporting character went to Anya.
Yeah, I voted for that.
I think I voted for Uzui.
That's fair. It's just.
I think
It's Anya.
supporting character. It could go to Zoro or Sanji, depending on who's nominated. Because of what happened with them this year in the anime. Bleach, I don't think he's going to have any nominations for supporting character. At least not till Core 3.
That would make sense.
Well, possibly because of what happened with Rukia in today's episode.
Which
So
was gorgeous.
Rukia might be nominated.
And
if that's the case, Rukia might win it. Because I'm trying to think of other supporting characters, like side characters from this year. And not many are coming to mind.
Mitsuri?
Mitsuri or what the fuck is the Miss Hashira's name?
Yeah, I literally am
Tokito.
watching him fight.
Tokido.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mitsuri or Tokido are going to be nominated. One of them is going to be nominated.
Who else? Who else has been a good side character this year? That's about it. That's all I can think of. They're really not side characters, but I was gonna say
they are actually side characters.
No, I was thinking out loud. I was thinking Jujutsu Kaisen wise. I was like, oh, maybe Gojo, but Gojo's not really a side character right now. What I'm saying.
Well, Yuji is still the main character.
So Gojo could be.
And since Shibuya is the majority of the season,
it could go to Gojo.
It could go to Gojo or Geto.
Yep.
I
would put my vote in for Gojo.
Maki.
I throw my vote in for Gojo.
And
remember, you gotta think like masses here.
Hold on, we gotta go backwards a little bit because I completely forgot about a certain anime from the spring season. So, best new series is gonna go to Oshinoko. Best new anime series is going to go to Oshinoko. That's the one that went crazy in the spring. That one might have a chance for anime of the year as well against Bleach.
That's fair.
It's gonna get best opening sequence because Idol hit the top charts all over the world. Hit number 1 all over the world. Idol is gonna get best anime opening. Best anime score. That's gonna be between Bleach and Oshinoko.
Oh no, Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty good.
Best anime song is gonna go to Oshinoko. Because of Idol. Director, it could go to Oshinoko's director. Oshinoko has such a good chance in all these freaking categories, except for continuing. And for supporting actor, it might be good as well.
I feel like it's gonna be tough to beat, like, if you have like Gojo and all like Demon Slayer characters and some One Piece. I feel like it'll be tough to beat
I
those.
know a good one that could be up for supporting. Yamada from My Love Story with Yamada level 999 because that went crazy. And we also can't forget Vinland Saga. Einer is a possibility. There's a lot in the spring as well that have very high possibilities for that. There's too many to think of right now to keep it clear. Must protect at all cost anime character. Maple from Bofuri is up there. The Seppuku kid, Kotetsu from Demon Slayer.
Look how that's his name, Seppuku Kid. Love it.
Akane from My Love Story with Yamada-kun is also up there. What was her name from JJK? I have a feeling she's gonna get nominated for Most Protect at All Cost.
Because I forgot her name after what I witched, and I'm just like, oh my lord.
Yeah. Mio from My Happy Marriage. Mio from My Happy Marriage is definitely gonna be nominated. And Yaoi from Dark Gathering. Or Yaoi, however you say her name. And then
Okay.
Alice Ramis from Devil's a Part-Timer all have a good chance.
Fair enough.
Best action anime. That is a toss-up between Bleach and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down to those two. Kenshin has a good running though, but I don't think Kenshin's gonna stack up to those two.
I think Demon Slayer has a good chance too.
With the Shibuya incident, with the Shibuya arc, Demon Slayer does
Oh,
not
I
stand
think.
a chance. And with
I think JJK is gonna win.
the
I-
well, no, I think Bleach is gonna win because of the Bankais we're getting.
I don't know. So we haven't seen how Shibuya is gonna look yet animated.
Well, true, you're not
So,
wrong,
that's tough.
but the
That's
fact
tough.
that we've gotten Bankais that weren't revealed in the manga in Bleach. Plus, if they include the fall for the first core of Bleach, you have two very big fights.
That's fair. Say,
Like
I'll give Bleach a chance.
a Yamamoto fight and a Zaraki fight.
Say, I give Bleach a chance, but we haven't seen Shibuya animated yet.
It's definitely going to come down to this. Best comedy anime, I think, is probably going to be Zom.
Argument against that.
I think it's going to go to Zom. Because I'm scrolling through, trying to look at other comedies. Mashal is another one that could be up there for it.
I could see Mashal.
Buddy Daddies and Tomo is a girl as well. I think are going to be up there for comedy. Best drama is going to go to Oshinoko. Oshinoko is a drama supernatural. Oshinoko is going to get the drama. They're going to win drama, hands down. Best fantasy, though. What good fantasies have we gotten this year? There's Tokyo.
You know what? They do
Pretty
anime
sure.
movie, right?
Yeah. I think it's going to be Suzume.
I'm going Black Clover.
Ooh. Here's the problem with Black Clovers. It wasn't in a theater.
Does that matter?
I don't know. All the ones on last year's best movie. Let me scroll back up to best movie. So best anime film. Belly, Dragon Ball Superhero, Inuo, One Piece Film Red, The Deer King, and Jujutsu Kaisen 0 were all shown in theaters.
See, okay, I didn't know that. But I give Black Clover a chance.
I will give it the chance, but I think Suzume is going to win it out. Because Suzume, it didn't do what One Piece did at box office. Which I bet people
I don't think most won't.
But it did pretty damn good. See, the Misfit of Demon King Academy Season 2, I don't think is going to get nominated for anything because of the huge delayment we got for it.
That's fair.
So for fantasy, I'm thinking it's going to be between Hell's Paradise and Demon Slayer. Unless
Yeah,
JJ...
Mr. Fantasy. It's like, ooh, Black Clover had a movie.
Unless JJK is also considered fantasy. And it is. And so is Bleach. And so is Mushoku Tensei. Best romance is going to go to My Happy Marriage. My Happy Marriage is going to get best romance. Best voice acting for Japanese performance. That's tough. And I'm watching a lot of these in Japanese. I think the only ones I'm watching in English are My Happy Marriage and My Unique Skill Makes Me OP even at level 1. So I think it's going to be between Thornfin's voice actor, Tanjiro's voice actor, and Ichigo's voice actor. Especially if they include Core 1 of Bleach, Ichigo's voice actor has a huge chance of winning it. Are you there?
I was just letting you go.
Oh, I was waiting for your response to that.
Yeah, I was letting you go. You were on a roll.
Thornfin's voice actor, Tanjiro's voice actor, Ichigo's voice actor for Japanese.
That's fair. I haven't watched any of them in Japanese.
Well, the next one is Best Acting Performance English. I voted for Amanda Lee, who played Maureen Kitagawa in My Dress Up Darling, because she is my favorite female voice actor, and she got nominated for awards, so of course all my votes went to her. But David's voice actor from Cyberpunk got it last year. English, I'm probably going to have... I haven't heard what Johnny has done in the new core of Bleach, because Ichigo doesn't have much... So far, Ichigo does not have much screen time.
I hope the guy who does Gojo gets nominated for English.
I haven't heard what he sounded like. I need to go back and watch that episode where he comes back to fight Toji again.
Oh,
I need to hear what that sounds like in dub.
Oh my!
Like,
oh, it's so good.
That was in yesterday's dub drop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to go back and watch that in dub.
After stream.
Because that and Gojo's I will give a chance for Japanese voice actor because of that scene.
Oh, dub was done so well.
Like I mentioned with the Japanese voice actor, if they are including the first core of Bleach, it's gonna go to Johnny. I have a huge feeling it's going to Johnny. Now, I haven't heard... I need to rewatch the final episode of Demon Slayer as well to hear that ending scene with Tanjiro and Nezuko in the dub. Because it could go to Tanjiro's voice actor as well. And that's the last award. But all in all, do you think we're getting spoiled again this season?
Probably.
Probably. We definitely are. Especially, we got Gear 5th. We're probably going to go watch the new Gear 5th episode. So, that is the stream. That is Summer Seasonals fully completed now. I understand we probably did backtrack to a couple we did last week. Shouldn't be much of an issue because we have a different person with us this week with Taco instead of Tony. Check out all the links in the description. We have our Discord link, all of our Twitters except for Kush because he don't got one. Cope's Twitch and Kush's Twitch are down there as well.
Sure are.
And also, there's a certain specific link down there that may or may not contain the word Rogue Energy. Go ahead and click that link and get yourself 5% off at checkout with the code TheMadness5 and enjoy yourself some sweet energy or hydration. Join us here tomorrow where we are doing Killer Kush's top 16 anime. And boy, is his list controversial.
I can't wait.
And very basic too. A lot of his favorite characters were pretty basic.
It's okay though.
Monday we will try to be doing a chapter, I believe 1089. Was that the most recent chapter?
No, I think it's I think it's 1090.
Well, it's a break week. It's a break week for Shueisha as a whole next week. No JJK, no My Hero, no One Piece, no nothing next week.
That's unfortunate.
Something, I haven't looked it up, but I think something's going on in Japan next week. And that
means we can do the best moments of My Hero.
Yep, I was going to say that. But we're going to do a discussion. I think it's chapter 1089 was last week's One Piece chapter. We're going to be doing
That sounds right.
We're going to be doing a discussion. And Cope is in the chat going, yo, Bleach was effing insane. Yes, it was. 100% insane. That's why I think it's definitely going to get best action, and it has a chance at best fantasy, but it's also up against JJK and Demon Slayer in both of those categories more than likely. But if they include Core 1 as well, it's going to sweep both of them if they're including Core 1 and Bleach. We'll be doing a discussion video of the recent One Piece chapter on Monday, because that was a lot to take in that chapter, and we're going to sit down and talk about it. One word. Yes. Yes. I was going to say Bankai, but Rukia works as well. Wednesday, we're going to be doing, hopefully, best moments, manga, and anime of My Hero. Best/favorite. And then next Saturday, I believe we are doing our fall preview, going over some of the animes coming out in the fall.
What is scheduled to come out in fall?
So, just a quick, the top most anticipated ones for the fall. This isn't even in any order for that. So let me just scroll.
Can I pray
through
for My Hero
here.
Academia?
No, that is not coming out this fall.
I know Overtake is.
We have Dr. Stone's third season, part 2. Comes out in the fall. God App is coming out in the fall. Kizuno no Allie season 2 is supposed to drop in the fall. Probably going to be just as garbage as the first season. The Apothecary Diaries. Overtake. Of course, The Eminence and Shadow. Goblin Slayer season 2. BS Chapter. Yes, 100%. 100% Cope. Eminence and Shadow, Rising of the Shield Hero, and Goblin Slayer all have their next seasons coming out in the fall. Spy Family season 2 is coming out this fall.
Did we get a Blue Lock? I know we have a Blue Lock movie coming out.
Blue
I don't
Lock
know what it
movie
is.
is coming out this fall. Undead Unluck
That's
is
a
coming
win.
out. The next season of Tokyo Revengers is coming out.
The editing's so bad.
A new Gundam is coming out. Get past those real quick because that's all hentai. For movies, we're getting the next movie of the Digimon Beginning series. We're getting the 4th movie of the final arc of the Girls in Panzer, which is just girls and tanks. We're getting the Spy Family movie.
Alright, so we'll have a good bit to talk about.
And the Blue Lock movie is not listed on here. I think that's coming in winter or spring.
That's fine. I guess know it's about Nagi.
But we do got a good bit of stuff to talk about for the fall, which we'll talk about next week. And then be excited for next Sunday. You know what's next Sunday, Taco?
The premiere?
The premiere of what?
Season 2. I'm kidding. What?
Yeah, season 2 of The Madness is premiering next Sunday with our first category, Isekai, which I'll have that list if you join the Discord in the description of the YouTube video if you join the Discord, or you can use the link in the About tab on Twitch. To join our Discord, you'll be able to see what 16 anime for Isekai me and Skeletoni came up with for this. You can agree, you can disagree. Let us know your disagreements in the comments. Give us recommendations for Isekai you think should have been in, and they'll be thought of for season 4, because we're going to alternate for a little bit between anime and characters. But let us know what you think, what Isekai should have been on that list in the comments of that video, and we will heed your suggestions. And also, if you decide to join the Discord, let us know in the Discord once the list gets posted. Do that for every week. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow the Twitch, follow Cope and Kush's Twitches in the description. That's another thing that is actually starting at the end of this month. We are definitely going to have a wormhole about that. What is week 12 of the wormhole?
I don't know.
Okay, week 12 is before it starts. So, September 2nd's Wormhole. The Wormhole for September 2nd is all going to be about One Piece live action. Cope just mentioned it in that. That is coming out August 31st. Don't know if they're doing a dump or weekly, but we're 100% going to be talking about it on September 2nd for that Wormhole. Be ready for that.
Yeah.
That's going to be nutty.
Yeah.
Yeah, check
Yeah,
out
I'm
everyone's
watching that
stuff in the
100%.
description. Leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Then you'll know when we upload. We have a pretty simple upload schedule. Upload 4 days a week. And leave a comment. Let us know what you like to see on the Wormhole. We're very sparse on Wormhole ideas, but let us know what you want to see us just BS and discuss for 2 hours. And let us know what like either characters or animes you would like to see in the bracket. Now that we're going into a new season, everything's fair game except for Shanks from One Piece. Once a character wins a season finale, they are locked and not able to be nominated again. So no Shanks nominations will be taken. But let us know what animes you want to see, what animes you want us to talk about, and what characters you'd like to see in brackets. Any other closing words? I don't know if it's still technically summer, Cope. Summer technically, for the seasonals, it technically ends in the end of September. But since it's a live action, it falls in that weird range. But that's all for tonight. Join us tomorrow for Cush's Top 16. And I hope y'all have a good night.
Hope you guys have the bestest night.
Stay humble, get rumbled. Check out the new One Piece. Gear 5th, full action.